Mustang tries to overtake a car ahead, but loses control due to it. After drifting continuously, it crashes into the guardrail and immediately wins a full front-end damage. All airbags deploys gift package. The used car market now has another excellent one. Owner car driven by a beautiful woman. The Mount Akina Drift King is back on the mountain road, but clearly hasn't mastered the drainage ditch drift technique. Unsurprisingly, he exits regretfully. Ha ha ha. All I can say is, buddy, you need more practice. A saying circulates among food delivery riders. This is the limit of the soup, not my limit. This rider must be new. He hasn't mastered the clan's driving skills yet. I thought the dashcam car hit an invisible wall and was sent flying, but when the camera pans back, we see it was rear. Ended the extreme pushback effect. Makes the driver exclaim "Woody F" repeatedly. Watch closely. An SUV is stopped on the overpass without hazard lights on, doing who knows what. The small black car behind doesn't even hit the brakes before crashing, probably distracted by their phone. The dashcam car drives straight through an intersection and crashes into another straight moving white car, losing control and nearly hitting a street sweeper nearby. Any expert out there who can say, who's at fault here? The dashcam car suddenly slams on the brakes on the highway. The two cars behind can't react in time and cause a chain rear and collision, leaving the driver in the middle completely stunned. This is why maintaining a safe following distance is crucial. The dashcam car changes lanes to the right when a black car suddenly cuts in. Unexpectedly, the dashcam driver has a short temper and crashes into it without hesitation. By the way, when both cars are over the lane line, is the car ahead more at fault? The dashcam car is in the rightmost lane, and an SUV on the left seems to be trying to commit insurance fraud, continuously drifting toward the dashcam car. Given the road conditions and braking timing, even a dog wouldn't believe this wasn't intentional. Seeing the road is empty, the dashcam driver looks down to play with their phone, completely unaware of a tricycle pulling over ahead. The tricycle driver experiences a strong pushback effect, and we can guess his head was buzzing at that moment. When driving in rainy weather, you must keep a safe distance and slow down. Otherwise, you'll end up like the dashcam car, which gets hit with an instant explosion by the car ahead, turning a 3-box sedan into a 2-box one. The driver of this white car is probably on their phone. After hitting the guardrail, it performs a tornado destroys parking lot, spinning 4 times in the air before landing smoothly. Why didn't you call me to watch your acrobatics? The road is slippery in the rain. The minivan ahead slams on the brakes and starts drifting, eventually crashing onto the curb. The driver in the oncoming lane is so scared, he might have wet his pants. Am I right? Did you think the dump truck was the star here? Congratulations, you're wrong. The semi-trailer is driving normally when a gray car in the right lane suddenly cuts in. It misjudges the distance and crashes into the semi-trailer, which then loses control and overturns. The dashcam vehicle was following traffic flow normally when a white car behind it drove the wrong way. Seeing an oncoming vehicle, the white car attempted to cut in, but the dashcam vehicle honked frantically and refused to yield. As the oncoming vehicle drew closer, the white car desperately forced its way in, ultimately scraping off the dashcam vehicle's bumper to narrowly avoid a collision. Clearly between total destruction and scraping a bumper, it chose the latter. This old man's joy vehicle met its strictest father. At that moment, the old man cried, because his old man's joy was wrecked. A following vehicle, frustrated by the dashcam car's slow speed, attempted a bold overtaking maneuver on a curve, but it didn't expect to find love around the corner, crashing into the oncoming vehicle and scattering debris everywhere. Man, the drop rate was way too high. A minivan was turning left into the main road without noticing an approaching semi-truck. Collision caused the truck to lose control and crash into a yard, with the driver instantly losing consciousness. While the minivan was barely scratched, when driving through intersections, always look around carefully, or you'll end up like these two guys, passed out cold. A traffic officer was on duty at a T-junction when a small car suddenly shot out from the intersection. The dashcam vehicle couldn't brake in time and crashed into it. The officer witnessed the incident firsthand and responded at lightning speed. No need to waste time assigning fault this time. Carrying such a long load and still turning without minding the rear. This semi-truck driver has some serious nerve. But seriously, did he not feel the impact at all? The Takumi racing god has returned to mountain driving. Let's see how this challenger measures up. Well, that could technically count as a drain gutter cornering move. Carry him away. Next contestant. The dashcam vehicle was driving normally when an elderly man on a tricycle suddenly turned left ahead. The driver slammed the brakes to avoid him but still collided. Is this old man in such a hurry to cash out? If you ask me when I feel most desperate, I'd say, thank goodness the dashcam car wasn't going fast and managed to stop in time. If it had hit, we'd all be black and blue. What would you do if you encountered an oncoming vehicle on a one-way road? The taxi driver on the opposite side chose to yield. Man, that's just too honorable. The dashcam vehicle passed out cold on a mountain road, plunging straight into a ditch with driver and all. In heavy fog, visibility is terrible. You never know what's lurking in the mist. This highlights the importance of turning on fog lights and hazard flashers. A police car, siren blaring, was on duty when a small car floored it and slammed into the cruiser, sending it flying. Any experts out there? Does this count as assaulting an officer or just a traffic accident? If you ask me when I feel most desperate, I'd say the dashcam driver was deeply engaged in conversation with the passenger, completely unaware that the SUV ahead had slammed on its brakes. By the time he reacted, it was too late. Cries of pain instantly filled the car. Distracted driving is just too dangerous. The dashcam car happens to be passing through an intersection when a sedan suddenly runs a red light and darts out in front. The dashcam car can't brake in time and crashes right into it. Running a red light truly harms others and oneself. Watch this. This sedan tries to force an overtake. The chopped pepper fish head vehicle nickname sees it and brakes hard, but still gets sideswiped. The sedan, however, loses control completely, crashes into the guardrail, explodes its loot in midair, and then lies down on the road for a nap. When driving on mountain roads, you absolutely must not jerk the steering wheel, especially when the road is covered in sand and gravel. If the guardrail hadn't caught it, the whole village would probably be preparing for a funeral feast. This is nothing but sheer dumb luck and ancestral blessings. The dashcam car, annoyed that the car ahead is driving too slowly, accelerates in a fit of anger to overtake using the oncoming lane. Unexpectedly, it encounters an electric scooter. Turning at the intersection to avoid it, the dashcam car swerves and crashes into a tree. If a car suddenly drifts toward you, what would you do? This tricycle rider chose to swerve to avoid it, but ended up hitting the curb and flipping over. Any experts here? In this situation, does the tricycle rider need to pay compensation? A rear-end collision happens with the cars ahead. The dashcam car can't brake in time and plows into them, stringing 3 cars together on the overpass like kebabs. The dashcam car is driving normally when it suddenly gets pit maneuvered by a Daewoo truck from behind, nearly sending it flying into the green belt. That's just incredibly unlucky. The dashcam car tries to overtake this semi-trailer, but the semi suddenly swerves violently, hits the dashcam car and then just exits the highway. In this situation, even the Flash would probably get hit. The dashcam car is just too unlucky. This minivan takes a curve so fast in the rain, you'd think it was about to show off a drift, but it turns out it just wanted to give the dashcam car full front-end damages package. The dashcam motorcycle is speeding along, overtaking one car after another, when a white car ahead suddenly changes lanes over a solid line. The motorcycle can't brake in time, falls, and skids to a stop using a combination of foot, braking and face braking on the asphalt. You'd think the white car was the main culprit, but look closely. The real pro is the tricycle going the wrong way. Because the dashcam car honked its horn once, the motorcyclist ahead instantly flies into a rage. He starts by kicking the car door, then smashes the side mirror, unleashing a torrent of abuse at the dashcam car. Following the principle of avoiding trouble is better than seeking it. The dashcam car remains silent, but the motorcyclist still isn't satisfied. He turns and smashes the rear door window, comes back and plays with the rear view mirror, and only then leaves content. What do you all think? Does this incident count as a traffic accident or a criminal case? The dashcam car encounters a road hog crawling on the highway. Before the dashcam car can even react, the hog gets rear-ended by a semi-trailer that couldn't stop in time. Thankfully, the dashcam car's pillar is strong enough, and no one inside was hurt. 2 large trucks are crawling on the highway. A hot-tempered sedan driver, impatient, uses the emergency lane to overtake, but ends up getting flipped over by one of the trucks. Is this the so-called, if you're bold enough, a C1 sedan can cut off a semi, while driving too slow is shameful? Everyone still needs to drive safely and cherish their lives. Don't let a moment of impulse cost you and your family the rest of your lives. Blinded by the high beams of an oncoming car, the dashcam driver thinks it's just another rude driver. He immediately hugs the roadside and drives cautiously. What he never expected was that the combination of rainy weather, oily film on the windshield, and the oncoming lights meant he only saw the sanitation truck when he was 3 meters away. He couldn't react in time and crashed right into it. You must slow down and drive carefully in the rain. This white sedan tries to make a U-turn across the road, scaring the dashcam car into slamming on the brakes so hard the ABS activates. Unfortunately, it still wasn't enough to stop in time and they collide. This electric scooter rider probably mistook the traffic light for a decorative light. Seeing the Toyota brake to a stop, they continue riding, only to get knocked down by a car from the right lane, leaving the traffic police officer on duty utterly bewildered. The dashcam car is so focused on road, raging with a white car ahead, that it completely fails to notice the guardrail in front, crashing into it without any surprise. The white car, meanwhile, drives off nonchalantly. The truck ahead suddenly skids, drifts and crashes into the curb. After making eye contact with the dashcam car, it promptly falls asleep. Wake up, this is no place for a nap. At this moment, the dashcam car is overtaking in the wrong lane. A semi-trailer suddenly appears from around the curve ahead. Even though it slows down, it ultimately gets sandwiched between 2 semis. All we can say is the dashcam car was fated to survive. Otherwise, it would have been flattened like a speed bump. A semi-trailer is making a turn, while going the wrong way. Good grief. going the wrong way and turning at night with high beams on. How is this any different from attempted murder? The dashcam car is driving normally when a sedan ahead suddenly cuts it off. The dashcam car performs a pit maneuver, sending the sedan flying. It hits a pedestrian and comes to a stop on the curb. Was this guy driving so fast because he's in a rally race? But it seems his drainage ditch drift technique isn't quite up to par. A true master driver doesn't care about the type of vehicle. This truck driver clearly received the true teachings of Takumi Fujiwara. His understanding of the drainage ditch drift has probably reached a grandmaster level. All the cars ahead have stopped to wait. The dashcam car charges forward bravely as the vanguard, ultimately fulfilling its mission by crashing into the guardrail. Oh my god, why are you dodging him? Hit yourself. A white car performs an extreme lane change overtake across several lanes, getting the little blue car behind all fired up to try it too. Due to its poor chassis, it starts doing the Yanko dance on the road, eventually crashing into the guardrail, and then performing a rolling roadblock on normally traveling traffic. If you don't have the diamond drill, don't take on the porcelain work. There's a kind of helplessness in the world where you can only watch and are powerless to stop it. After hitting the dashcam car, the old man even looks back at the SUV in confusion. Changing lanes without checking the mirror, he sideswipes the sedan and instantly bounces off. The sedan gets pissed off, rams him repeatedly, and forces him to stop. Remember, this is on the highway. What the sedan did was, the sedan ahead suddenly slams on its brakes, startling the Iveco into swerving violently. Because its cargo is too heavy, it instantly starts to lift off, finally gathering enough nitro to crash into the SUV beside it. This SUV suddenly changes lanes, startling the truck behind into swerving violently. The truck loses control, wobbles left and right, and finally rolls over, scattering baby chicks from its cargo bed all over the road. The dashcam car is driving normally on the overpass when the car ahead suddenly changes lanes. The dashcam car can't brake in time and crashes right into it. Changing lanes recklessly truly harms others and oneself. I don't even have the words to describe this. Just watch for yourself. If it were you, would you reverse immediately? The semi-truck suddenly overturned, delivering a crushing patient pressing down on an ant moment to a minivan illegally parked by the roadside. Fortunately, there was no one inside. The van driver probably won't park illegally again. The SUV ahead was preparing to yield to oncoming traffic, but the red car, turning too wide, slammed directly into it. It then limped forward and crashed into the dashcam vehicle. The dashcam driver was about to lose his temper, but the moment he saw the red car's wiper blade dangling pathetically, his anger vanished instantly. The black car ahead attempted to change lanes to overtake a white car crawling at turtle speed, with the dashcam vehicle right behind. Suddenly, the white car changed lanes. Luckily, both the black car and the dashcam vehicle reacted quickly to avoid a collision, but the white car was reared, ended by a semi-truck that couldn't brake in time, instantly turning the 3-box sedan into a 2-box wreck. Here, the dashcam vehicle was attempting a U-turn at an intersection, but its standard maneuver lacked flair. The truck behind, witnessing this, immediately stepped in to give a live demonstration, then completed the mission and quietly disappeared, concealing its achievements and vanishing without a trace. Under surveillance footage, a man is cleaning the drainage ditch in front of his home when a truck suddenly channels the spirit of Takumi, the mountain racing god from Initial D, slicing through the corner with razor precision before driving off with effortless cool. All you can say is, damn, just damn. Better to wait a minute than rush a second. The traffic officer arrives at lightning speed, satisfied now. The dashcam vehicle was driving normally when a Volvo branded electric scooter suddenly shot out from a U-turn lane ahead. Unable to brake in time, it collided head-on, shattering the headlight into pieces. Talk about bad luck. Watch this video yourself. Can anyone clarify who's at fault in this situation? The red car attempted to overtake by borrowing the opposite lane, but due to insufficient power, failed to complete the pass in time. It braked too late and crashed into the steadily moving white car. The impact sent it into a smooth inertia drift, perfectly sliding into a parking spot. This maneuver was surprisingly slick. This small car is driving so fast. Did it mistake the second ring road for the Nürburgring? It drifted through the curve but immediately lost control, crashing into the guardrail and coming to a stop in the oncoming lane. Inside a tunnel with a slippery road surface, an off-road vehicle lost control, slid sideways, and collided with oncoming traffic. A sports car tried to squeeze through the gap, but then the semi-truck behind also lost control. The sports car quickly reversed, but just as one crisis ended, another began. The concrete pump truck behind also skidded out of control. Pay attention to this lane. The semi-truck from behind couldn't brake in time, and used 4 compact cars as a series of speed bumps. It's impossible to imagine how fast it was going. The dashcam driver is likely a recent license holder. Though he narrowly avoided the vehicle ahead, the car still skidded sideways. After a scream-filled moment, it crashed into the guardrail. Oh no, okay, damn it. A semi-truck turning left collided head-on with another semi-truck going straight. The cab was instantly crushed into a pancake. Why does the streamer always warn against driving in anger? This video gives you the answer. Oh wow, impressive. So impressive, really, really impressive. A man drying wheat on the highway met his harshest father. An autonomous delivery vehicle plowed through the stones and flattened the grain. The owner could only stand by helplessly. As the old saying goes, only magic can defeat magic. If it had been any other car, he'd have been cursed out long ago. An electric scooter was riding normally when a car suddenly darted out from the sidewalk. Due to inertia, the scooter slammed into the car, startling the nearby traffic officer. A delivery rider's rear tire blew out, causing him to drift and weave dramatically across the road. Impressive skill. But look closer. The rider behind is the real legend. 3 food boxes stacked high. A Duzong expert, truly terrifying in his mastery. The dashcam car is driving normally when the white car ahead suddenly attempts to turn around under a bridge. The dashcam car can't brake in time and crashes into it. The dashcam car merges normally, but the SUV on the right, despite no car in front, tries to force its way in. The dashcam car refuses to yield, and the two vehicles get jammed together at the narrow frame, sparking a highly profanity-laden verbal exchange. Smart viewers probably already see where this is going. After failing to cut in, the taxi driver feels his pride is wounded, so he decides to teach a lesson to the one who challenged him. The taxi suddenly accelerates, overtakes the minivan, then hard cuts left. But the moment the two cars collide, the taxi launches into the air, crashing down onto oncoming traffic. Who knows what he was trying to prove? Over something so trivial, he harms others and ruins himself. Especially since the minivan only got a slightly dirty fender. The dashcam car is driving normally when blinding high beams from oncoming traffic make it hard to see. At that moment, an electric scooter darts out under the cover of the glare, and the dashcam car can't react in time, hitting it directly. Holy cow! Riding an e-scooter without a helmet. The white car was driving normally at first, then suddenly slams into a truck in the next lane. The truck instantly loses control, nearly veering into oncoming traffic. The white car still uses its heirloom brakes, only gently pressing them after the impact, nearly hitting the dashcam car too. Probably fell asleep at the wheel. The dashcam car intends to turn left into a residential compound, but collides with an electric scooter going the wrong way. This shows how important it is to check your rear view mirror before turning. This sedan turns right onto the main road. The dashcam car assumes the lane change is complete and tries to pass, but the sedan suddenly performs a backhand grab, catching the dashcam car completely off guard. The dashcam car tries to beat the last second of green light, but gets cut off by a red light running vehicle. Better to wait a minute than rush a second. These two clearly forgot the safety mantra. This red car tries to force its way into traffic, but the dashcam driver won't tolerate it, using a muscle car style pit stop to knock it into oncoming traffic. Now, the red car driver should behave. An SUV is driving normally when a minivan in the right lane suddenly changes lanes over a solid line, hitting the SUV, which is sent flying. Random lane changes are extremely dangerous. Until the outcome is decided, we're all dark horses. Okay, no need to declare the winner yet, just call the traffic police to determine fault. This motorcycle, after overtaking, tries to merge back, but the car ahead suddenly swerves right to overtake, forcing the motorcyclist to brake hard, still falling and sliding with the bike for over 10 meters. The dashcam driver notices something's off with the truck ahead, so they slow down. Sure enough, the next second, the truck tips over, sliding away in a shower of sparks and thunderous noise. All I can say is, thank goodness the dashcam driver is naturally suspicious. Otherwise, the consequences would have been catastrophic. The motorcycle is riding normally on the second ring road when the white car ahead suddenly changes lanes over a solid line, scaring the rider into performing a sliding tackle to avoid a head-on collision. Just keep driving after the exit. Sudden lane changes are too risky. The dashcam car falls asleep at the wheel on the highway, drifting across lanes and crashing into the car ahead. Holy cow! Is the gas pedal welded to the foot? With such a loud impact, why didn't they brake? This truck reaches a height no truck its age should achieve, and ultimately fulfills its destiny by tipping over. Wake up, napping is not allowed here. The truck suddenly turns, scaring the SUV ahead into swerving sharply and stopping, only to be rear-ended by the dashcam car. The dashcam car is driving on a rural road, looking down at their phone, completely unaware. They've drifted out of lane until they precisely hit a streetlight. Now they can finally play on their phone in peace. Looks like the driver's high beams still aren't bright enough. How could they crash on such a wide road? Go back to the auto parts store and add 2 more lights. The dashcam car is enjoying the roadside scenery when a white sedan, going too fast around a curve, loses control, drifting smoothly and knocking the dashcam car off the road. The dashcam car is speeding in a tunnel, trying to overtake the white car on the right through a gap. However, due to a misjudgment, it hits 2 birds with 1 stone. The normally driving white car is sent flying. Truly, disaster strikes out of nowhere. It's okay, brake, here, it's okay here, no problem here. The dashcam car is joyfully driving on a mountain road when a dump truck overtakes in the wrong lane around a curve. Luckily, the motorcyclist makes an extreme evasion and narrowly escapes death. We don't know what the motorcyclist is saying, but we can guess it's highly profanity-laden. If you're bold enough, a C1 licensed driver can crash into a semi-trailer. Who do you think is more at fault? The taxi driver thinks the dashcam car is too slow around the curve, so he shows off a drainage ditch drift on the spot. Unfortunately, his skills are lacking, and he has to exit the race regretfully. The dashcam car drives over the center line while turning. When an oncoming bus appears, it swerves sharply, but while avoiding the bus, it crashes into a nearby vehicle. This video will explain why meals on national highways are so expensive. Buying food there is truly a high-risk job. A car behind gets impatient with the dashcam car's slow speed around the curve and attempts to overtake, but an oncoming car appears. The result is a crash that scatters parts everywhere for both vehicles. Night mountain road. Wrong way driving. Curve full throttle overtaking. This is a perfect storm of dangerous driving. This video leaves the streamer confused. Who knew wheels could sprain an ankle on flat ground? It's clear the driver of the car ahead is also bewildered. Everyone knows that road white lines become extremely slippery when wet. The moment the sports car ahead hits the line, it skids. After the driver's frantic attempts to control it, it successfully crashes onto the hillside beside the road and finally lies there asleep. When driving a high horsepower rear-wheel drive car in rainy weather, you must slow down and drive carefully. Otherwise, crashing is the least of your worries. Losing your life isn't worth it. Attention! The truck ahead was driving normally 1 second, and the next, its rear wheel detaches from the body and blocks the normally driving dashcam car. It's likely the heavy cargo broke the drive shaft. This is what they mean by a sudden disaster. The dashcam car is driving straight when the white car ahead suddenly turns left, crashing into it and sending a passing aunt flying into the green belt. The dashcam driver is extremely unlucky. A taxi speeds through a red light as if no one is around. A black car can't brake in time, and its parts are scattered everywhere. Holy cow, you must follow traffic rules, otherwise you'll harm others and yourself. This is still the Mount Akina Drift Championship. Full throttle cornering looks smooth, and overtaking on the wrong side seems confident. But when turning, it crashes into an oncoming vehicle, scattering parts everywhere. The drop rate is higher than in the game Legend of Mir. Attention! After turning, this truck crosses multiple lanes, cuddles with another truck, and then drives away stylishly, just like a couple teasing each other. By the way, does this count as a hit and run? The dashcam car is blinded by oncoming high beams, so it slows down immediately and doesn't dare change direction. Unexpectedly, the high beams get closer and closer. In the end, without insults or arguments, the two cars just stare at each other in the rainy night, an awkward scene. The dashcam car speeds through a zebra crossing, hitting a red light running electric scooter and scattering its parts everywhere. Holy cow, did you just drive into someone's living room? A worker is inspecting his dump truck when the hydraulic cylinder for maintenance suddenly explodes, pinning him underneath. A minivan ahead skids out of control, crashes into a green belt, then locks eyes with the dashcam car. An awkward silence ensues. The dashcam car is driving normally when a sedan ahead, about to miss an exit, stops dead in the middle of the road. The dashcam driver, distracted by their phone, only reacts when they're close. Despite swerving sharply, they still collide. A couple is enjoying the rain outside a warehouse when a wheeling van slides over in a bizarre maneuver. The driving skill is insane. A Volkswagen is waiting at a red light when a dump truck from the opposite lane skids on the slippery road, hits the median barrier, and crushes the Volkswagen like smashing a cucumber. Luckily, the barrier props up the dump truck. Otherwise, the Volkswagen would have been flattened into a pancake. A pickup truck carries unsecured water pipes. A sudden crosswind blows all the cargo off, giving pedestrians an immortal's finger guide. Thank goodness, they're plastic pipes, no one was hurt. If they'd been steel pipes, the consequences would have been unthinkable. Watch this. An electric scooter suddenly changes lanes. The dashcam car can't brake in time and hits it, sending an aunt flying 2 meters. She'll probably never ride recklessly again. The dashcam car is driving normally on a mountain road, when right after a curve, it meets an oncoming vehicle that's veered into its lane. In this situation, evasion is the only option. The dashcam car is on a winding mountain road when a semi-trailer suddenly appears going the wrong way around a curve. The dashcam car can't brake in time and crashes. The dashcam car is queuing to exit a parking lot when a truck ahead suddenly reverses, scrapes the dashcam car, then accelerates and makes a smooth escape, leaving the dashcam car bewildered. Holy cow, that truck driver bailed so fast, was he drunk? This electric scooter goes so fast it enters a death wobble. The smooth maneuver makes the dashcam driver exclaim repeatedly, "Oh my god!" The dashcam car turns left onto a main road without checking traffic. A straight-moving wheeling van approaches, sees it can't stop, and honks repeatedly. The code is successfully matched, and the two cars crash head-on. The dashcam car is driving on a highway at night when a hay bale suddenly appears ahead. The driver spots it just in time and swerves to avoid it. Proof of how crucial it is to watch the road carefully. Two security guards are plotting to deal with a lone food delivery driver when a sedan suddenly crashes into the guard booth, performing a crowflies move, then drives off. The guards are so scared they wet their pants. As the saying goes, masters are among the people, but mistakes lead to the underworld. Slow down in rainy weather, especially around curves. Without surveillance, that Iveco would never be able to prove its innocence. Different time, same place. The dashcam car encounters love again around the corner. All I can say is, that's just bad luck. Drifting skills are unmatched, but driving into a ditch means the whole village attends your funeral. Turns out, there's more than one way to get a parking barrier to lift besides asking the security guard. Watch this. A sedan cuts off traffic while turning around. An SUV behind swerves sharply to avoid it, but goes too fast, loses control, and crashes into the guardrail, performing an involuntary tornado destroys parking lot. An old man rides a bike with a child, taking up half the narrow road. The driver behind honks furiously until their finger almost breaks, but the pair pretends not to hear. Isn't this infuriating? The road is backed up, but they just keep chatting. The streamer is so angry they want to jump through the screen and kick them. These social bottom feeders are a perfect example of the term. Watch this. A black SUV suddenly changes lanes over a solid line, seemingly heading for an exit, but crashes into a bus stopped at a station. It looks like the driver fell asleep at the wheel. They didn't even hit the brakes before impact. When turning a civilian tractor, you need to master the clutch's critical point and braking timing, or you'll end up driving into a ditch. This guy's skills are beyond mortal description. There will always be rule breakers in the world. To avoid traffic police ahead, a semi-trailer on the emergency lane suddenly swerves, crushing a small black car like a speed bump into a pancake. A car ahead tries to cut in, but the car in the main lane refuses to yield. That guy has a terrible temper. Watch this. A car tries to change two lanes to get onto an overpass. The dashcam car slows down to let it in, but the car still hits the curb because it didn't turn the wheel enough. Holy cow, is that steering wheel a family heirloom they're afraid to damage? A tricycle rider says, every time we go mountain riding, it's either windy or rainy. Don't blame the road if you're incompetent. A smooth blade pass is executed flawlessly. Did this SUV mistake the gas pedal for the brake? It scared a bus so much it jolted. Both parties looked completely bewildered. The dashcam car is parked on the roadside waiting for someone. An oncoming SUV speeds around a curve, loses control and shatters the dashcam car's headlight. Both drivers are experts. One didn't slow down for the curve, the other parked right before it. The taxi ahead suddenly changes lanes without signaling. Seeing this, the dashcam car instantly transforms into a road judge, nudging it forward and performing a perfect American-style pit maneuver, sending the taxi onto the green belt to enjoy a buffet. If heaven weren't built so high, this move might have parked the car right in the hall of supreme purity. Pay attention. The dashcam driver is telling their child about the family business. This highway was built for us, so caught up in the story that they failed to notice a black car suddenly changing lanes over a solid line ahead. They brake too late and crash directly into it. At this moment, the dashcam car is driving normally when the minivan on the right seems to have greased tires. It just floats sideways out of control.